Hey guys, so for 2019, one of the things that I wanted to improve on was reviewing my official solves better. So what I'm going to do is for hopefully all my competitions in 2x2, I'm going to make a video where I walk through what I saw in inspection, what I actually did during the solve, and then something that I think I could have done better if there's a better solution. So obviously, if you see anything that I could have done better, also tell me in the comments so I can improve on that. Currently, I've done 2 competitions so far. In this video, I'm just going to go over my northern neck averages. So that's 2 rounds there. I did 10 solves. So yeah, let's just start it. So in the first round of northern neck, I got a 177 average. But there's definitely some things that I can improve on. I'm going to go over my times in the scrambles as well. The scrambles are in the description too, so you can follow along. But this is the first scramble. So, well, this is my first solve of the year, and so yeah, when I saw this, I didn't do inspection the best because there was a lot of stuff going on. I noticed that there was 2 solve bars here and here, but once I did them, it wasn't that great of a setup. Like the cases were good, but I would have to basically rotate in order to do EG1s here. So like that was a good case, but I'd have to rotate, and I also did one on the other side, and I noticed that I have to rotate for that too. So I quickly looked for a few other things. I also looked to doing this, but I decided against it because it was a lot of U2s and stuff before doing the algorithm. So the one that I ended up doing, I ended up holding it like this and just doing white EG1. So 4 moves, and then I did the EG1 here. And I got, on that scramble, I got a 176. I could have executed it better. There's also a few things that I think definitely would have been better on that scramble. I think the CLL that I just showed you might have been better. I also noticed that I could have done this cool TCLL thing where I did 3 moves like that and then gotten a pretty good case. And I haven't done that layer before for TCLL, so I might try that in the future. But yeah, so that one I could have just turned faster, but the solution wasn't that bad. There was just a lot of stuff going on. So for the next scramble, I mean, on this one, there's not much I could do better. Basically, what I did, well, first of all, I should have solved that. When I did inserted like that, I could have just canceled nicely into the algorithm there. And so that would have been a fast solve regardless. But what I did was basically just as fast. I did like a U and then inserted and then did lefty Nicholas. Except I just didn't turn that fast and I got like it was like a 1.23. So yeah, for the third scramble, I saw these white and yellow bars immediately, but these are both ones that are hard to deal with because the next pieces don't go in too easily since these are on opposite sides, and on here again they're on opposite sides. So after I looked at those pretty quickly and I couldn't find anything good off those, but I noticed that after I paired up that piece like that, I would have this, 3 moves into that, except, and then here, I forget what algorithm I did, but I just did this case and then it was solved after that. But I definitely should have noticed, because I could have canceled, I think, like 4 moves or more, that after I did the F prime, I could have just done and finished off the algorithm like that from doing it from the back, and that would have saved me a lot of moves. And after I executed it, I was pretty disappointed because I realized like immediately I could have made it better. But so yeah, for the fourth one, the fourth and fifth one, I was kind of annoyed about because, well, I kept getting this case that I did not like at all. Like this, so if you see on blue, there's just this easy 2 move to EG1, except yeah, this is one of my least favorite cases. So then I quickly looked around the cube and was looking for stuff to try to avoid that. So I think eventually what well, I saw a few other things. I don't know why I didn't just do this orange, because that was not a bad one. I forget if I didn't see that or I just decided against it. But what I did was on white, I think I held it from a different angle, but this is the same solution I did. I did an F prime and then RU2R into the CLL. I believe I somehow held it from the back so I didn't have to do the extra 2 moves to get it there and then turn it back after the AUF. But then I just did CLL and finished off like that. So yeah, I think it might have been better if I had just decided to do the algorithm. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. I got a 173 on that, but then it ended up being a +2 because, yeah, I just ended up being a 3. So then for the last scramble, yeah, the reason it was annoying is because then when I was checking the next one, I was getting the same case again, just by doing the 3-move insert there. So I'm like, okay, I'll try this 4-move insert and I'll get a different case just by doing U, RPM, UR, and then I got the same case. So I was kind of annoyed about that. And so then I just kept searching. I eventually just ended up doing that case, and it wasn't that bad of a time. It was like, I think it was like, oh yeah, it was 171. So yeah, if I didn't get the +2, it would have been pure sub 2, which is, I mean, I can't complain too much when it's like that. But yeah, the 180, the third solve should have been definitely a lot better. And yeah, a few of these should have been a little bit better. So, but yeah, otherwise it was a pretty good average for the first one of the year. I was kind of nervous starting off, but in the next competition I was better. But yeah, so let's move on to the next round. So starting off in finals, this was the first scramble. There wasn't that much going on. So I noticed that I could either insert this. Well, I already had this green bar here, so I could either insert these last 2 pieces to get an EG2, which wasn't gonna be a good case, even though it was the right angle for it, or I could do it like this, and then I would have to rotate, because the left EG1 is bad for that kind of, and then I would just do this case. So I wasn't that happy since I'd have to do a rotation, but I eventually just decided to go with that, and it was fine. It was like a 174. So for the second scramble, I got a Misscramble. Basically, at the start, they were supposed to do a U, but they did a U prime instead. So I'm gonna so on the scramble. This is the scramble that I got. Basically, if I did yellow here and did an EG2, it would have not been that good. So basically, I just did this 3-move insert or a 3-move face into this EG1 and just did U prime or something. And then, but my execution for that algorithm was pretty bad, and it was like a 207. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that case. But if I had gotten the other one, it would have been somewhat similar. Basically, this is what it was. So it looks pretty similar, except I don't have the option to do that one I just did. I would have just done this into that EG2 that I just showed you, and then I would have had it. That one actually might have been better if I just done the EG2, but I'm not really sure. So now for the third solve, this is one that had a lot going on, but I just couldn't kind of like piece it all together. Well, I think it looked like it had more going on that was actually good. But there's a few things I might have done. I might have done like this cool white face, and then like, but then because this case is pretty good, but it would have been a decent amount of moves, and I don't think it would have ended up that great. But I ended up, let me see. I ended up just going for green here, which is basically just F prime inside that corner, and then rotate. And then I did it because I knew it was gonna have no AUF either. Not a bad case, but yeah. Again, I didn't execute it that well, so it was a 214, and I wasn't really happy with that. So the fourth solve was pretty straightforward. I saw I had this RU prime R2 to get to this case, so I just canceled. I didn't finish that last move, and then just finished off the alk, and that was a 1.4. So I mean, it was fine. I think I maybe could have gone a little bit faster. But then this fifth one here is definitely one I should have done better on. So at first, the way I insert this green here is I do like an F prime and then insert like that, but then that also allows me to like do like a U move, and I get a bunch of different cases just by doing that. But on this time it didn't work that well, and I kept getting bad cases every time I tried to do that. So the next thing I ended up doing was just inserting that red like this and then doing a TCL, but I did not execute it good again. So like at this comp I didn't really execute a lot of the stalls well. But yeah, what I should have done, Daniel Rosevine showed me this after, and it's pretty obvious. I don't know why. I think I've done this layer before, but I always forget about it. It's just RUR prime, F prime, but in this case it would have canceled like a bunch of moves, so I could have just held it like this, and yeah, so it would have been a lot faster, and that would have been my best solve. which one of them, yeah, I would have won if I had done that. But I got a 198 average, and yeah. So that competition, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty consistent. But yeah, definitely some things I can work on.